Hi, this is me, Rajiv or Yadav. I am working in Angel Second English Boarding School as a secondary level teacher for the class 8, 9 and 10. And due to COVID-19, whole world is locked down, the school is also locked down, and for the benefit of students, our school have started the online classes here for the all subjects. From 26, our school have announced from 26 Baishakh, our school will be regular for the online classes. For grade 7 and 8, today I am going to take the chapter named Measurement. And let us proceed. Here, this is measurement. Measurement means naap in Nepali. And for understanding the measurement, first of all we should understand the quantity. Quantity itself is nothing but the physical quantity. Physical quantity, if you see, we can say that the measurable quantities are called physical quantities. If you go inside a shop, if you take the grains packet inside the departmental store, on that packet it is written like 1 kg basmati rice or 2 kg something dal, or on many packets there is also written the coriander is 250 grams. So if you see, those quantities are already measured. Those quantities are already measured. So you can know that how much quantity is inside the packet there by its known information. But if you are having some grains inside your hand or inside a sack and there is written nothing there, then what will happen? If anyone is asking you that how much rice is inside this sack, you will just imagine that it may be 5 kg or 7 kg or 10 kg like this. You will say, but you will not say the accurate weight of that rice without measuring it. So the physical quantities itself are in two conditions. One is in known and another is unknown. If you will compare unknown quantity with standard means what? Whose quantity is already known and fixed. That type of quantity is called standard known quantity. This quantity cannot be changed. It cannot be minimized or maximized. The quantity which it has been written or verified, that is for effort for that quantity. So that quantity is called standard known quantity. An unknown quantity, its quantity we are not knowing. The matter's quantity we are not knowing. These are the unknown quantity. If you compare this unknown quantity with the standard known quantity, it will give the definition of measurement. Means what? The measurement is the process. It is the activities which is performed in order to know the quantity of the unknown quantity. It is proceeded to know the amount of unknown quantity. And if you write the definition, the comparison of unknown quantity with a standard known quantity it is called measurement. If you see one example here, there is one jug of water here. You cannot say how much liter is this, because inside the jug there is not written any type of measurement. And if you put this water inside the measuring cylinder, and if it measures like 250 ml, then the water inside the jug is 250 ml. You can determine like this. So inside the jug, the quantity of water was unknown, and when we put it inside, when we pour it inside the known volumetric cylinder, we are able to know that the water inside the jug is about 250 ml. So in this way, this process of comparing this unknown quantity inside the standard known quantity, it is called the measurement. I hope you must have understood this topic. And now let us proceed to another topic. That another topic is here, just like the physical quantity. Previously, I have told that all those quantities which can be measured are called physical quantities. This definition is according to our physics, but inside biology you will see there is 5 sense organs. One is eye, another is nose, then is tongue, then there is ear, and then there is skin. By means of these 5 sense organs, whatever we are sensing, whatever things we have sensation, those things are called physical quantities, because those are physical existence. So now there are types of physical quantities. It is of 2 types. First one is fundamental quantity, and the next one is derived quantity. In Nepali, we can call it as Adharabhut Pariman, and for the derived quantity we can say it as Tatjanya Pariman. Pariman means just like matra. So there are two types of physical quantities. One is fundamental quantities and another one is derived quantities. If you will see the fundamental quantities, these are independent quantities. Independent quantities. And these are the dependent quantities. For understanding by a technique, single quantity. This is the single quantity. Just like an example, if you see, there is length, there is mass, there is time. This length, if there is length and it is used just like in single form. If it is in single form, it can be called as fundamental quantity. Why I have told you about that the length should be used in single form, or just like time should be in single form, or the mass should be in the single form, then only it can be the fundamental quantity. And see here, again you know the formula of area equals to length into breadth. This length is already length and this breadth is also a type of length. So there is multiplication of two lengths here. It means what? There is presence of two fundamental quantity. So this is now derived quantity. It means what? This length depends upon this length and this length depends upon this length. If there is written only single length, then that will be the fundamental quantity, and if there is two lengths there, then it will define the area and it will become the derived quantity. Inside the density, if you see inside the density, density means what? Mass by volume. So mass per unit volume is called density. It means what? Inside a certain volume, a certain mass is present there, and the ratio of that mass and volume is called what? Density. If there is only presence of volume, we cannot say it as the density. If there is only presence of the mass, we can say it as the mass, but not the density. It means what? These both are complementary to each other. Mass and volume are complementary to each other to form the density of any substance. So in this formula, we are seeing that there is presence of how many fundamental quantity? Mass itself is a single one, and in volume, if you say there is multiplication of length, breadth or height or thickness there, and this length, these all are the multiplication of three lengths here. So volume already is the derived quantity here because there is presence of three fundamental quantity, whereas along with the mass there is presence of four fundamental quantity. In this way, these four fundamental quantities are forming the density. So if anyone is asking you that how density is a derived quantity, then we can reason it. We can give the answer like the definition of the density is mass per unit volume, and this mass depends upon the volume, whereas the volume also depends upon the mass to form the density here, the density of any substance. So in this way, there is presence of the fundamental quantity, mass, and there is presence of three fundamental quantities, just like three lengths are here. In this way, we can relate the volume with the mass and mass with the volume, and we can say that the density is the derived quantity here. So now you must have understood that the fundamental quantity is the independent quantity. It is not depending upon other quantities. The quantities, if you see the fundamental quantities, the quantities which are defined itself, it means it is not taking help of any other quantities. It can be defined by itself, just like length, mass, and time. In derived quantity, you will see quantities which can be defined by depending upon two or more fundamental quantities. I am not giving you the fair note here. I am just making you all to understand what is fundamental quantity and derived quantity. Again, I will like to repeat this, just like I have told you, the fundamental quantity is independent quantity, whereas the derived quantity is dependent quantity. If the quantity is present in the single number, it is fundamental quantity. If the quantity is present in the form of double or more, then it defines the derived quantity here. Another definition I am giving that the quantities which are defined itself, the quantities which are defined itself are called fundamental quantities, and the quantities which can be defined by depending upon two or more fundamental quantities. It means what? This quantity, this derived quantity is only defined when two or more fundamental quantities are present there. It means what? Depending upon two or more. If you want to define the quantity, if there is single quantity only, I am again and again repeating that if there is only single quantity, then that is fundamental quantity. If there is two quantity or more than two quantity there, then that is what? Derived quantity. For fundamental quantity, we have an example like length, mass, and time. Similarly, in derived quantity, the examples are many, just like velocity, just like area, just like volume, just like work, pressure, and etc. So for today, we have discussed about the measurement, that the measurement is nothing but the comparison of a known quantity with the standard known quantity is called measurement. It is the process, it is the activities to find the exact quantity of the given matter. And another topic we have studied about the physical quantity, that anything which is measurable, Anything which are measurable are called physical quantities, and the physical quantities are of two types: fundamental quantity and derived quantity. This fundamental quantity is independent quantity, it is single quantity, whereas these quantities are defined itself. It is not depending upon other quantities. These type of quantities are called fundamental quantity, whereas for the derived quantity it is called the dependent quantities also. And if there is presence of double or more than double or two quantities, then that is derived quantity. And in other words, if you say the quantities which can be defined by depending upon, which can be defined only by depending upon two or more fundamental quantities. This is called what? Derived quantity. So in this way, these derived quantities only defined if there is presence of two or more than two fundamental quantities. And the example for the fundamental quantity is length, mass and time, whereas for the example for the derived quantity is velocity, area, volume, work, pressure. So in this way, today we have completed today's class, and for unit we will have the next class. In another class, my dear students, please open your book and study about the unit there, types of units and system of units. In other classes, these three topics will be touched, and for that you have to prepare previously. The class is starting for today. Thanks.